So guys, in this video, if you are one of that person who is wondering that can I really do poultry with little or without money? Can you really do poultry? Are you asking yourself that question? That you have your small capital, but you want to do something. Because for me, I am one of the person who believes that for me to do poultry, I don't need much. Yes. So in this video, guys, I am going to show you ways or tips on how you can do poultry with a very limited budget. Yes, because we see a lot of videos, we see a lot of, everywhere. People make you think that for you who doesn't have money, actually you cannot do anything, because you will see mega farms, you will see what, so you'll be discouraged and think maybe for you cannot do poultry without that huge capital that you are seeing. No guys, the thing is not like that. Because what I know is that for me to start up something, to start a business, all I need is having an idea. Yes, it starts with all things rotates on an idea. As long as you have the idea that you want to rear poultry, that idea is enough. All you need is to build your idea to be what we call strategical. Be strategical, and tactical. Yes, you can grow from scratch to glory. That is very simple. As long as you have the idea. That's why I told you that before you start up this business, you have to be with what we called business plan. Business plan is the roadmap. We say that this is a roadmap. Road map. Yes, it is a roadmap that will show us our direction that we are moving on. Without this, my dear, you cannot. So I can start small, but with a roadmap. So in this video, I am going to show you ways how you can start, or the tips that you can use to grow from small, from very little capital in this business and grow into a very huge mega project. So point number one, yes, we are looking at a scenario whereby you don't have capital, you have little capital. Because this word capital, actually the word capital, it is a Greek word. This one, it is a Greek word. It came from Greece. During, Greece was one of the superpowers in the ancient world. Greece, Persia, whatever, that Babylon, whatever. If you read, I don't know if you study history, but Greece was one of the greatest superpowers. That's why they became so powerful, because they had a lot of philosophers, great people, great thinkers like Socrates, Plato, all of that. Pythagoras, all of that. So the word capital means in Greek, it means kaput. And kaput means what? It means head. Omutwe. There is a certain program on TV, it was on Bukede. They used to say that tori mwavu, mutwe gwe mwavu. Yes, that's what the Greek meant. That you are not poor, but it is your head that is poor. Why? Because through your head, because your head is very, very rich. You have a lot of wealth in your head. But most people don't think. They don't use their head. For you to make money, guys, you don't need to be with huge money. No, you just need your head. As long as your head is functioning very well, it thinks very well, my dear, you can make a lot of money. Why? Because our head is full of gold. Yes. Omutwe gwaffe gold mine etakalira, ebirombe byonna bisobola okukalira, but your head will never run. It will never run out of ideas. That means it is the ideas that will make you rich. As long as you have the idea. So you have the idea of keeping poultry, but you don't have money. Now sit down, think, do what we call self-evaluation. Self-evaluation, guys. Evaluation. What is self-evaluation? You weigh yourself and see what are the requirements. What are the things that I have at hand. You do what we call self-evaluation. What are the things that I have at hand? How much money do I really have? How am I going to do it? Because in life for me, I use what we call 5 W's. 5 W's when I'm doing what we call self-evaluation. This is the formula I use. It is very simple. You can also use it. 5 W's. What does 5 W's means? It means when, where, what, who. So when, where, what, who, why. These are the 5 W's that will help you when you are doing what we call self-evaluation. You are weighing yourself, you are evaluating yourself to see what do you really have. So if you want to start poultry with little capital, please always do what we call self-evaluation. Ask yourself, where? This one depicts our location. Location. Yes. Where am I? Niwa. Because I want to start poultry, but where am I? It depicts your location. Ojja kumanya wa woli nti mpangisa. Where? Maybe opangisa, you a tenant somewhere. Or you are the landlord, but you don't have huge land. Maybe you have a small piece of land, 50 by 50, 30 by 40. Ask yourself, where am I? Where am I? We start with location, knowing our location. Another question. Sorry, where is location? Yes, this is location. When, now, when depicts the time. Time. When you start with the location, where, location, then when, this one depicts of time. The time you want to start this project. That, oh, I want to start this project next month. When? My location, where am I? But when do I really want to start this project? What? What depicts our, the things that we have at hand. What do I really have? What do I have? Kino kiraga ki? What eraga byolina? What do I have? You ask yourself, biki byenina at hand? The things at hand. Things at hand. Oba we call it tools. Tools are available. The tools that you have at hand. Who? This one, who? You ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? This one depicts of identity. Identity. You identify yourself. What do you want to be? Who am I? I want to be a poultry farmer. I want to be a goat farmer. It depicts of identity, the thing that you want to do. Who? Then why? Why? This one depicts of why do you want to do that? You want income. You want, daily income, whatever. Why? Then this one goes back to our business plan. When we are making our business plan, it depends on why. Why do we want to do this? That means I will make my business plan depending on this why. Yes. So guys, these are the 5 W's that we use when we are doing self-evaluation. You evaluate yourself and see that the things that you have at hand. So when you know the things that you have at hand, it will help you to, to start within your means. Yes, self-evaluation. This one helps to stay in your means. Stay within your means. Your means. Stay in your lane. Va ku balala balina ebinene, va ku farm zolaba enene, leave them. Stay in your lane, okay? Because you will be disappointed. Start with what you have. Self-evaluation. Leave other people. They also started small. But for you, just see success and think maybe they started from there. No! Go and listen to their stories. They also started from scratch. So, point number 2 after self-evaluation, start with a few numbers that you can afford. Start with few number. Why do you have to start with a few number? The one which you can afford. After evaluating ourselves with the 5 W's, what do I have? Maybe I have 1 million. Million okuyita mu evaluation gyenkoze. I have my saving of 1 million. I have my 500 Ugandan shilling emitwalo 5. So that means I will start with a few numbers depending on the evaluation that I have done, depending on the capital that I have at hand. Yes, because I will use, I will use all the available resources that I have. So I will not go for expensive things which I don't actually have. So start with a few numbers that you can afford. If you can afford 20 birds, please go with 20. You will grow from 20 and go to 50. You will grow from 50 and go to 70. You will grow from 70 and go to 100. That is how people grow. So do not fear to start with any number that you can afford at that specific time, because there is also time for growth. You will grow with the time. Time is the best teacher. Time is everything. Once you use your time very well, your prime time, there is what we call prime time. Once you use your prime time, you can grow. So that is point number 2. Point number 3, avoid spending in unnecessary things. Avoid spending in unnecessary things. Guys, this one is very important. When you are evaluating yourself, you know the resources that you have at hand. Now, after knowing the resources you have at hand, please avoid spending in unnecessary things. Yes, do not buy expensive things. When it comes to drinkers, do not buy expensive drinkers. You can use other alternatives. Instead of buying these commercial drinkers and feeders, you can use jerry cans at your home. You can use the plates at your home. You can use the available resources. Make sure that you stay in your lane. Yes. Why do you have to buy a feeder of 30K? Why do you have to buy a drinker of 15K, yet you can use your jerry cans available? Use your available resources to get what you want. We use what we have to get what we want. As simple as that. So, also when it comes to building structures, why do you have to build, these fancy structures? No need to build permanent structures. You can build something very simple. These chicken really do not really care about the fanciness of the structure, because you are just a beginner and you have little capital. We want to use the means that we have so that we can get what we want. Another point. So after avoiding spending in unnecessary things, also do not start with expensive breeds. Guys, this one is very important. Do not go into expensive breeds that you cannot afford, because you know your level of capital. You know your capital is very small. Why do you go into layers? Layers. Why do you go into broilers? Because they will consume all your money, yet they have not actually grown, and you will regret. So go into breeds which are not expensive to feed. When we say that expensive breeds, it's all about feeding. Remember these commercial birds like layers and broilers, for them you cannot compromise with the feeding. No way. If you want the broiler to give you the expected feed meat that you want, you have to give it expensive feed. If you want layers to give you eggs that you really want, any slight mistake in feeding, any slight change in feeding, layers will not give you the eggs that you really want. But for local chicken, broilers, saso, all that you can compromise with the feeding. You can leave them and go on free range system. Local chicken can go on free range. Broilers can scavenge on its own. So that means it is not an expensive breed to feed. So choose wisely, depending on your capital. Another point. Cut costs, feed costs. Cut feed costs by using other alternatives. Yes, make sure that you cut the feed costs by using other alternatives. For example, when you go into a breed which is not expensive, like local chicken and broilers, for that at least you can give it, leftover foods, and it can eat that. You can also supplement it with, banana peelings, all of that greens around, and they can eat and give you what you really want. Yes, than these other breeds like layers and broilers. For them, they cannot do anything when it comes to compromise in feeds. So guys, that is what I have for you today. Please, you can start anywhere. You can start with anything that you really have at hand, as long as you follow what I have given you. And you can grow within a shortest period of time if at all you stay focused. There is what we call focus. Focus. Never lose focus. Yes, once you lose focus, there is no room for growth. But if you remain focused, my dear, you can do wonders. So no one should scare you. No one should tell you that you cannot do anything. No, you can do anything with your little capital, and you can grow and become big. See you guys in my next video. If it's your first time, please consider joining Smart Farming Uganda and be part of us. Do not forget to turn on that notification bell so that you can get notification whenever we upload a new video. God bless you. See you.